Hello, everyone. My name is Olga. I'm PR manager in DataArt, and today we invite you to our online Java IT talk. The target audience are developers interested in Java agents and reverse engineering. And I want to introduce our today's speaker. It's Darwin Algarin, our colleague from DataArt. Darwin has 7 years of experience in technologies related with Java. And the topic of our today's IT talk is changing application behavior with agents. In this talk, we're going to reverse engineering an application to implement a Java agent to bypass some validation. Let's talk about what are Java agents and how to use this special type of classes to change an application behavior without modifying the jar file. We will use Javassist library to bypass a serial and username of validation. And I want to remind you that we have our YouTube chat, so you can leave there your comments and some questions. Of course, we will answer all your questions. And have a good evening and interesting facts about Java. Darwin, this is your time, so let's start. Your word, please.
Okay, thank you, Olga. Thank you for the presentation. Hi to everyone, and good night. Yes, thank you for joining to this talk. And today we are gonna talk about Java agents. Uh, First, a little information about me. Well, I've been working like a Java developer for 7 years. Also, I love the security. Right now I'm the OWASP chapter leader in Medellin, and I work for DataArt as a backend Java developer. If you want to follow me in my social networks like GitHub or Twitter, this is my username. Well, today I'm going to talk about what is the instrumentation API, what is Javasis, what is a Java agent, when it's necessary to use a Java agent, how to start a Java agent, how to create a Java agent. We are going to have at the end a live coding example in which I'm going to modify an app with Java agents. Uh, Java Instrumentation API. Well, Java Instrumentation API was released in Java 1.5. This API allows us to modify the Java bytecode of the compiled Java bytecode of a jar. All the classes related with this API is in the package JavaLang instrument. Well, with that package, we have all the classes that we need to modify a compiled jar. Javasis. What is Javasis? Javasis is a Java programming assistant. It's a library, and it's a library that make easy for us the way how to change the bytecode, because modifying the bytecode is directly without any library. It could be a little hard, but with Javasis we can modify the bytecode. We can write the Java code, and the library is going to compile that Java code to bytecode at runtime. What are Java agents? Well, Java agents are simple classes. It's a normal class in Java, but with some specific things in that. For example, there are two kinds of Java agents: statically loaded Java agents and dynamically loaded Java agents. And the signature for these agents, we need to create a method. For statically loaded, we need a pre-main method with 2 arguments. For the dynamically loaded, we need the agent main method. We are going to see that. Use cases of Java agent or when it's necessary to use a Java agent. When we want to add login features or security features to our app, and we don't want to modify the code, the source code of the app, we could use Java Agent to add that feature. Also, we could be logging all the parameters uh, that our application is receiving at any time with Java Agents. For profilers, when you want to know how many time take a task to be done, or how many time take the garbage collector to clean the memory, or things like that for your application, you need a Java agent, or well, it's better to use a Java agent to implement that. Like I was saying, there are two types of Java agent: the statically loaded and dynamically loading. Uh, when we want to start a Java agent and statically loaded Java agent, we need the flag minus Java agent and the path of the jar. For dynamically Java agents, we need a loader. We need to write code, because dynamically Java agents are used when we have a production app and we don't want to restart the application. We don't want to turn off the application to load the agent. We need to write this agent loader, and with the attach API, get the process ID in the Java virtual machine for our production application, attach to that application our agent. This is the basic structure for a static Java agent. Like I was saying, it's a class, it's a normal class. In this example, my instrumentation agent. We need to have this method if we want to create a statically loaded Java agent. The method premain that receives two arguments. The first one is a string with the arguments for the agent, and the second one is the instrumentation. Well, the instrumentation is the place where we are going to add all transformer class to modify the class at runtime. And for dynamically Java agents, we need to have the exact signature of the method, the agent main, and it's the same, receive two parameters. What is the difference between premain and agent main? Well, the premain method is execute before the application execute main method. Before the JVM execute our main method, the premain method is called. For agent main, in cases of dynamically Java agents, this method is executed after our agent is attached to our application. We also need, when we are creating Java agents, we also need to add some properties to our manifest to say, well, I have written a Java agent, and this is the class. We need to put this property premain class with the path class and agent class. Depends on what we want to create. If we are creating a premain, well, we only need the property premain. If we want to create a dynamically loaded Java agent, we need the agent class property. When we are working with Java agents, we need to implement class file transformer, and this interface allows us to modify the loaded class. For us, or for the virtual machine, or for the API, it's better to say for the API in this moment. For the API, the class loaded is a it's a representation of array of bytes. Well, when we finish all the instrumentation, all the modification that we have done over the class, we need to return this array of bytes that is the representation. Well, let's going to do sorry. I'm going to show you my real life code example. I'm going to show you this app. This is Charles Proxy. Charles Proxy is a web debugging proxy. It's a local proxy, and it's really useful for us, for developers who works every day with backing or front, and they want to see which parameters are sent to the backend and which headers and things like that. Is a really great tool. I decided to choose that tool because this tool is written in Java, and well, we are going to modify one behavior of this app. Well, let's start. And well, here we have the documentation of the Instrumentation API. It's in the package, and well, it's in the Oracle page. Don't worry about this. This is an invalid user, but it's going. I'm going to show you something with that in the future. Let me explain you a little bit about this project. When we want to create a JavaAgents, well, JavaAgent is a normal project. We don't need to create a special project. No, it's a normal project. In this case is a project with Gradle. I only have created this class, the agent class, and here I have the pre-main method. And here I have added these properties to the manifest because I want to create the jar with these properties. The pre-main class allow the Java agent to redefine the class or retransform the class. Also, for this example, I have this library, Javasis. This library is a special version of the library. It's my implementation, because for this example, I had to add some methods to the library. And well, I decided to create a fork to the real world project. To that fork, I decided to add some methods that I needed for this example. And well, that's the reason why I have the library here. And well, let's go to start with the Java agent. Well, like I was saying, we need to create the transformer implementations. In this example, I'm going to log the parameters that gonna have a method in a runtime when user click in a specific action. Let's start creating a new class. Log parameter transformer. This class implements class file transformer from here, and we need to override this method. Before to start with the agent, we are going to review the code. Well, like we are going to create a Java agent for this proxy, but we don't have the source code, and we need to do a little reverse engineering over the app to understand which how the apps behave, and trying to understanding that we are going to have an idea in our mind to try to create our Java agent. Well, here I have the Java the compiler. I'm going to execute Java the compiler. Java the compiler. Well, I'm gonna open this Charles, and like I was saying, Charles was written in Java. I want to show you a specific class for this example. Most of the code here is obfuscated, but not all the code. Well, I'm not going to teach you how I found this class. I only want to teach you how to create the agent. And well, this is interesting for me, this method. This method is interesting. Receive two parameters, and we are going to create an agent to print that parameters to the log. Well, saying that, I'm going to start with the agent. And well, first we need to declare a constant private static. With the class, and here the path of the class was this one. What is the meaning of these parameters of the method? You're going to be asking that. This transform method is called every time that a class is loaded. Well, we need to be carefully with that, because we only want to execute our agent in some specific time. Well, we don't want to an agent executing every time the JVM load a class, because that gonna overload the JVM and it's dangerous. Well, don't try that. And if you don't modify nothing to the app, return null, please. We are going to add a validation in this case, because we only want to load the agent when the class P is loaded. And well, class P equals class name. The parameter class name has the name of the class loaded, yeah, but it's different because here the parameter, the class name has this format, and we need to add some. In this part, the parameter has this format. Instead of dot, we have slash. Well, we are going to replace all dot to slash. Well, right now we are going to do some dangerous for the JVM, and we need to put our code inside of try-catch section. Yes. we are going right now to use objects from the Javasis library. Well, we need to do the class pool, and the class pool is how the Javassist access to the class loaded by the JVM. We access the default class pool, and we need to say to the class pool that we need a specific class, and we need for that we need to do this declare a city class, and to get pass our class name. Now we have access to the class, and with this library Javasis, we could do some interesting thing. We could add fields, we could add methods, we could modify methods, we could even delete methods. It's dangerous, but we could delete methods. Well, but all the modifications that we are doing is that modification are doing in the memory, in the JVM memory. The original Java application has the source code saying as equals when was compiled, and we don't need to worry about because maybe we are thinking we are modifying the original file. No, we are not modifying the original file. Well, right now we need to access the method that we have that we want to modify, and I'm going to do this. We need to access the city class that we have loaded, the class P. About this class, we want to hook the method with name C because it's the name of the method. Here, yeah, it's with name C and with 2 parameters. We need to say that to the Javassist library. Well, right now we need to say that, well, you need to change, you need to load the method that has the name C and has these parameters. Get, oh, sorry, get string Java lang string. Also, well, we are saying to the library that we need to find the method with the name C and with 2 parameters that are strings. Well, that's the way how we do that. And we need to do that in this way because with overloading in Java, we could have methods with the same name, and the library is going to throw an error in that cases because doesn't know how to do or what to do in that case because have 2 methods, for example. Well, I'm going to modify this method. We have insert before. Insert before allow us to insert Java code before execute the original code that have the application. I'm going to print something. This one. I'm going to copy this. I'll need to not worry about encoding. Print this and print. In the second print, I want to access the first parameter. And in the second print, I want to access the second parameter. $sign with 1 and $2 are necessary for the library to understand that you want to access the parameters to that method. And well, we are going to return we are going to return our representation of bytes of that modification over the class. But before, we need to detach, we need to say to the Javasis that we are going to detach our implementation from the code right now and continue executing all that they have. We are going to print the track trace in case of error. Well, I'm going to return this. Like I was saying, in agent, in the object instrumentation, sorry, I need to add a transformer. In this case, I'm going to call new log parameter transformer, our implementation, and compile this. I'm using a plugin, a shadow jar plugin, because I want my library inside the jar generated. Okay, it's executing. I'm going to open a terminal, another terminal here. I need to be in the Charles application path, Charles content. Yeah, we have this SDK. Well, I need to change my Java version in this terminal. Why? Because the Charles proxy was compiled with, or this version of Charles proxy was compiled with Java 8, and I need to change that here. Yes. Yeah. Right now, our jar was generated. Well, I'm going to execute this with this Java minus Java agent dot. I need to copy this. This is the path of my agent. My agent has a different name, live coding. Live coding. I need to add the class path and the main class. Let me copy this. How do I know that this is the main class? Because here we can find that information in the manifest main class, but it's the same. And we are going to execute. Right now, the Java agent is being executed, but with an agent loaded inside with our agent. Well, and the option that we were modifying was that register option. register, and we have the parameters of the app. Here, right now, we have the modification that we did with our agent, and well, this is that I wanted to show you how can we add code or modify behaviors, because right now we are printing the parameters. I'm going to show you another example. Well, in this example, I'm only going to show you the example. I'm not going to teach you how I did it, because I think it could be dangerous teaching you how to bypass user and serial validation. But I think that it couldn't be a great idea to do that. But I'm going to show you that it's possible. It's possible to bypass the serial and password. Well, before that, I'm going to show you that the validation inside the Charles proxy. Well, you have this one. I talk about this, and well, I copy this information. That is an invalid user and serial. And we are going to show, I am going to show you this. I'm going to copy this, register, and we have the listen. Well, the listen is not valid. Right now, I'm going to execute Charles proxy with an agent that I built before with some modifications. Oh, sorry. I'm going to execute. Thank you for registering. I execute again the program with the agent injected. We don't have to wait because right now the app is registered. Well, we have this. We have changed the behavior, and right now this Charles process accept a user and password, and invalid user and invalid password now are valid. And we have right now the registered version. Well, I'm not going to show you how I did it. I only wanted to show you that it's possible. Well, the limits with JavaAgents is our imagination. We could write all the code that we want and do this kind of things. And well, that was all about JavaAgents and how to change Java behaviors. Thank you.
Thank you, Darwin. I think we can wait for a couple of minutes just to take an opportunity to our audience to make some questions. And maybe you have some literature or other things to share with our audience, where to get more information about the topic?
Yeah, well, if you want to understand more about Java agents, well, you can find the original documentation from Oracle. Also, if you search me in GitHub, uh, in GitHub there are the things that I did here and are public, and you can find my GitHub and search for Javasis, for example. Javasis. Java. Well, not this one. Yeah,
Okay.
this implementation.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Yes, maybe you have another one in your list of literature or something else.
Yeah, I wanted to show them that these were the modifications that I did for my custom library for this JavaAgent version, Javasis version. Well, you can fork my version and try to understand that. Well, I have another. I have this JavaAgent for Charles is another implementation. Well.
Okay, thank you. And it looks like we have no questions, and the audience is clear and understood all the information that you gave them. And I want to thank you for your presentation and our today IT talks. So colleagues, have a good evening and good weekend. Bye-bye.
Bye.